Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Jarvis S. Scott with What's Happening Birmingham. I am back today for 2021 tax season with the ladies of Royalty Tax LLC. Ladies, good evening. How are y'all doing?
Good evening, Jarvis. How are you?
Great, great. I want to bring my friends back on again to talk about tax season 2021. Let's just be glad that we can see tax season 2021 after all we've been through this past year. So I want to bring them on because we got a lot of changes that has occurred within last year and this year due to the corona. I'm not speaking about the beer, the COVID. But anybody who knows that watched our interview last time, that we make it very entertaining because taxes can be kind of boring in a way. So, ladies, let me just kind of kick off that first question. You all ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Beyond anything, what do these folks got to pay back this free money that the government been giving to them? This economic impact payment, but we all say the stimulus check.
The stimulus. Well, the stimulus does not have to be repaid. It's forgiven. So the first one where they received $1,200 and an additional $500 for all dependents 16 and under does not have to be repaid, nor the last one where everyone receives $600 for themselves and their dependents 16 and under $600. It does not have to be paid back.
Okay, so before I go into the other stuff, what are some new things that you all have gotten from the IRS? Because one of the first changes is we usually start in January, but now we start in February, right?
Correct, February the 12th.
Yeah, they pushed back the filing date this year mainly because of the economic impact payments. They're trying to track to make sure everyone received their payments, and they've updated the software to process the payments for those who did not receive their payments. If you did not receive your first or your second stimulus, you can actually claim that on your tax return saying, hey, I didn't receive my stimulus. It's me and my 2 kids, and you can get that amount of money added to your refund. So what they're doing is they're updating the software to accommodate that change. I guess they're going to try to figure out to make sure everyone is being truthful with saying, hey, I didn't receive my stimulus. So they're going to compare that to the ones they sent out to who actually said, okay, I didn't receive it on my tax return. So that's one of the major things they're doing to why they pushed it back. Also, to just kind of like give everybody a chance, because a lot of people received unemployment, and all the companies and as well as the states have until February 1st, which is normally January 31st, but they have until February 1st this year to issue out the 1099s or W-2s.
Okay, so what are they doing about the deductions for like single and married couples filing jointly? Are there any changes there?
Well, the only main change is a couple of $100 difference. So normally where married filing jointly would be $24,600 is $24,800 for the standard deduction. Head of household, instead of being $18,400 is $18,600. And for single is normally $12,200, now it's $12,400.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So is there any changes as far as like claiming dependents this year?
That's basically the same. 16 and under is still the same. If it's 17 and over, you don't get that credit. So basically, if you're 17 and over, you don't get the earned income credit.
Because I read somewhere, I saw some up to like $3,000 child credit. Was that true or not?
That's dependent on the income bracket.
That's a proposal that they're putting out, and it hasn't been passed yet.
Okay.
The $3,000 income credit. That may be a change that we may see in the next filing season. Or who knows? We're in an election year. It could be more changes. That's another reason why they push back the start of the filing date. Because the new administration is in there and they're making changes fast. So it could be that change coming soon.
Okay, well, and then before we get into like really the meat and potatoes, I always like to call it tax deductions and credits. Let's talk about these unemployment benefits. These folks have been getting that extra $600 that last year that was much needed. I agree. We all agree it was much needed.
It was.
What we was going through. Are those unemployment benefits taxable?
Yes, they are, very much so. And in Alabama is roughly 10% of the weekly allotment. So like if they had the maximum allotment, which is in Alabama is $275 a week, they roughly should have paid $27.50. And if they had the additional, if they were receiving the additional $600, every pay period, they should have been paying roughly $87 taxes on the money. If not, it's going to be deducted from their bottom line tax refund. So self-employment, the unemployment benefits are tax deductible up to 10%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here we go with the meat and potatoes. What are this year's tax deductions and credits for this year? What's some stuff that you folks can write off and not write off?
What he said?
Tax deductions and credits for this tax season. What are the new ones?
Basically, those are the same for the child. For each child, it's $2,000. So, and for the difference, if you did the earned income, if you had earned income, basically they're going to do the difference. For 2019, if you had 2019 earned income, they're going to do the difference for 19 and 20. So if you had a higher earned income for 2020, for 2019, they're going to give you that difference. Okay. And you're going to have a higher income for 2020, basically.
What about, and this just came in my head too, did you all see anything concerning like home office or anything? Or people working from home? Are they still doing tax deductions for that?
Well, yeah. So if a lot of people work from home this year, majority of the world work from home this year. You've always been able to like kind of claim, especially if you did self-employment, to claim a portion of your home that you had as your office. A lot of things that you used to be could be penalized for from not working from home. You're not going to be penalized for those things anymore.
And those mainly affect the state.
Yes.
Not the federal return, the state return.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. As most deductions, they all mostly affect the state return.
Mm-hmm. And so therefore it's different deductions per state. Your major federal deductions or credits are like the child tax, the earned income credits, the education credits. Those are the major federal tax credits.
What are some you feel like, as far as back on tax deductions, that's kind of overlooked that people don't really think about as far as deducting on their taxes? I'm gonna throw one out, like uniform.
Uniform, tag receipts, gas deductions for self-employed people. Sometimes people don't realize their storage can be deducted if they are self-employed. Like if you have a storage unit, gas receipts and everything if you are self-employed also.
Utilities. If you work out of a portion of your home, you can deduct utilities on your tax return. And most of that is for, like Tiffany was saying, the self-employed and the independent contracting people. If you're W-2, it's not so much. Even though you worked out of your home this year, you still receive a W-2. So you kind of like paid for the services that you used in your home through your paycheck.
The one that kind of comes in my head, kind of throw out the cable bill, because I guess now everything's kind of bundled. Can that be kind of roll off too from home?
Only if you have a designated office space that you set up. It can be taken off for a deduction for an office space. And that's a designated office space, not just an area where you work from in your home. Like it can have its own entrance, exit door, just a designated area where you set up for office space and had to purchase office supplies and office equipment. Then you can deduct that.
And a lot of companies this year, they actually, when they received their loans, their payroll protection loans, they gave a lot of their employees bonus money to accommodate for those things. So, like, again, it goes back to if you're a W-2 employee, a lot of that was incorporated into your paycheck. So those deductions kind of are still on the independent contractors and the self-employed people.
So I'm glad we get into the PPP loan. Let's talk about this for a moment, ladies. Paycheck Protection Program. That's what I like to call it. But you know, some of us bought some cars. Some of us paid off some child support. We just did some just interesting things.
Yeah.
So what were you all ladies dealing with clients that was applying for these loans and, you know, got the money?
Okay, so basically what the government is saying, we're going to give you this payroll protection loan. We're going to give it to you. We know times are hard. It's up to you what you do with it. Now, you're supposed to use 75% of it to keep your employees on payroll so that they can be accommodated for those things like working from home or having to use their utilities. You're supposed to give them bonuses or, you know, supply the equipment that they needed. That was for the 75% of your loan. 25% was to go for you, for your upkeep of your building, with making sure that your mortgage or your rent is paid, that your lights are paid, your utilities with your building is paid. And if you do that, and you can prove to us that you did that from up to $2 million, that we're going to forgive that loan. Now, if you can't prove it, you have to pay it back within I think right now it's 5 years at 1% interest. Now up to $150,000, it's a very simple form that you can use to apply for forgiveness for those loans. But anything over 150 up to the 2 million mark, it's a more complicated process. But you can always get with your tax preparer or your accountant and help you go through that process. So again, if you could prove that you didn't just go out and buy cars and buy Rolexes and pay off your child support, that you actually use that money, what you were supposed to use it for, it will be forgiven up to 100%. So that means it'll be like a grant, rolled over to more of a grant. But if you can't prove it and you can't show what you really actually did things, now, I guess a car could be a write-off for your business, depending on what kind of business that you have. But I don't know how you would write off those child support payments. I can't you know. I can't tell you that. So, you know, if whatever that you can prove, I suggest that you go ahead and get your receipts together, get your books together and send it in along with your application. And the forgiveness form is the 3508 form. You can find it on the IRS website. It's also on the SBA website. And again, go to your tax professional or your accountant and let them help you with those things.
Well, you know, as always, we always strive for our people to do better.
That's right.
Because when we know better, we do better. And we learned this year that what we did not know potentially hurt us from getting some of this money. So do you have any special message for some of these people? You know, we're going to get into it. I like to call them the Cash App folks for a minute. About the importance of making sure they got their paperwork in order this year more than ever?
Well, as a business owner, we have learned that being is all in what you can improve. So having your payroll in order is one of the most important things. Having the Form 941s where if you have W-2 clients where you have taxes taken out, that's proof. 1099 forms, if you have independent contractors, showing that how much you pay them yearly and everything. So it's all in what you can prove. Having business insurance, and having business insurance covering up to like $1 million coverage and everything, being licensed and bonded. So you just really have to have your business in order, because it also makes the process run smoothly, the transition smoothly. They're least likely to deny you if you have all your paperwork in order. But if everything is kind of rough and you just starting off perhaps and don't know and don't have the know-how how to keep everything in order, then we have seen them have the tendency to keep on requesting more information. So it's all about having everything in order, seeking professional help to get you get the things done that need to be done to get approved for these loans.
One of the major things too is making sure that you have a bank account in your business name, ensuring that no matter what, that bank account is not in the negative. I understand that it's hard sometimes, especially when you're starting off, to keep your bank account in the positive. But that makes a big difference when a loan company is looking at you, because one of the things they ask for is your bank account statement. A lot of times they ask for, along with the payroll, they want to make sure that you have coming in what you're saying you have coming in, making sure you have your tax returns filed on time
with a completed Schedule C.
With the completed Schedule C, exactly. And what you say you have is what's on your tax return. That's what the loan companies were looking for, the banks that were giving out the loans, and even some of the grant companies. The grant wanted to know, are you really in business? Do you have invoices? Have you, for your clients or your customers, if you are independent contractor or sole proprietor, or do you have a Schedule C? What is your bank account? Mostly every company asks for the account information. And another thing is making sure that what's on your paperwork, as far as your business license, your bank account information, is the actual physical address that you're using for your mailing address. That makes a difference, and that was one that we saw a lot. Was the discrepancy in the address on the business license or the EIN, because when the government sets up your EIN number and they ask for an address, that is the location of your business. According to the government, whatever address, that is really the location of your business. Even if you move to a different location, if you don't have everything else lined up with that different location, the government is going to go back and say, well, hey, your location is 1270 on this paperwork right here, but now you're saying it's 1890 over here on the bank statement, and then it's 2021 on the Schedule C. So where is it?
Well, we know they'll come find you. They
will.
The IRS.
They gotta know how to get their money back too.
Yeah. Now all this grant money folks getting, they gotta count this, right? As income.
Grant money is not income. Just like the stimulus checks is not considered income. It's not considered income. A grant is literally free money, people. It is really, no matter whether you're in a pandemic or any other thing going on, grant money is free money that the government gives you.
That you don't have to pay back.
Do not have to pay back, no interest rate. You don't have to count it as, it's just like when you get your Pell Grants to go to school. You pay back those student loans. You got to pay back Fannie Mae now, but you don't have to pay your Pell Grants back. It's free
Okay.
money.
So it's
Free.
grant money you don't have to pay back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that Revive grant, the one that Governor Ivey was doing, that did they ever
Free.
resolve free? Okay, free.
Up to $20,000
Free
free.
money.
Free.
Free.
Free money.
Now some people
Free.
I heard ran into trouble with that too.
Yeah, we did.
You say yes, you did. What was some of the trouble some of your clients ran through with that?
A lot of them didn't really, I think, had the W-9s formed. I think they were requesting W-9 forms for a lot of it. I didn't go into detail with that one.
Well, the grant was probably mostly what I was saying about having they wanted to make sure that your location that was on your business license and your location on your bank account and your Schedule C was the same location. That was one of the biggest things, and they did ask for a W-9, which is just a simple form. But but in that location on the W-9 had to be the same location and the same name that was on your checking account and as well as on your Schedule C. So if you use the mailing address or something or a PO box for your checks, but you use a physical address on your Schedule C, that may have been a discrepancy that may have kept you from getting the grant. But a lot of people did get it. They had a certain amount of time to give their money out, and it may have taken a few a little bit longer to receive it than others. But a lot of people were able to get that free money, tax-free money, because it's already taxed. It was taxed when they gave it to you. So
You don't. I guess that's fun. Yeah, like you said, you don't have to count it as income.
exactly.
I'm gonna go back to my Cash App folks for a minute, because you know I love my Cash App folks. So in the midst of this pandemic, in the middle of last year, a lot of people want to be a blessing to folks. You heard this big thing about this $600. You put $600 in a pot, and I'm gonna Cash App you $3,000.
The Susu pyramid.
What's that? You want to talk about that too?
Yeah. I mean, it was a pyramid. It was like a little Ponzi scheme for real. Some people actually got paid. But if you seemed like in the beginning it was all a hype and all a rave, and people were actually getting their payments because it was more people paying into it. You had to bring I think it was 2 people each in so you can keep the pyramid going. But then it began to dwindle off, and a lot of people lost money with that. As for the Cash App, if you are not set up as a business, and what's the limit that you can send without them 1099 you?
Is it 25,000?
I want to say if you don't have more than $25,000 worth of transaction, you're not going to get a 1099.
Of receiving that 25.
Of receiving. So, but yeah, a lot of people paid into it. Some people got paid out, the ones that started up in the beginning, but the ones on the back end didn't get their payments, as far as I know.
Okay.
So it really was a pyramid scheme. That's what it really was. It was
what I was trying to tell these folks is that eventually this money gonna come to Rooster. You're gonna have to account for this. This money that you gotten, So I'm gonna go to this next one of my questions I want to ask for the parents out here. And it changes with the 529s and the ESAs this tax season.
No, it's not really any changes with it. You just know that you that's the educational savings account. You put into it. Know that if you do have to take it out early, there is you have to pay 10% taxes on it, and it's a penalty. Now, as long as your kid goes to school and you can use it for that kid or any other family member that goes to school, you can use that money for them. But say your kid doesn't want to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
They changed their mind and there's nobody else that wants to go to school, then but it's your money, you want to take the money out, that's when you have to pay the penalty or and the 10% federal tax on it. One interesting thing I like about the 529 is that if your kid gets a full scholarship and if you don't use the money for somebody else in the family, you can take it out interest free. And you don't have to pay the 10% or the penalty. And I thought that was very interesting about the 529. I think that is one of the perks of it. But the downfall is you encourage your kid to go to school if you're going to invest in a savings, educational savings plan.
Okay. I don't know why this came to my mind too. Student loans. I know.
Right now they're frozen. Right now it's like, okay, we're still gonna back off on making you pay the student loans back.
No payments until September, I think, of this year.
So if you can, I encourage people to do this. If you get that extra money, because what we're seeing, refunds are high this year. Because you're getting your stimulus payment on top of your refund, they're giving you a little extra for the with the 2019 credit. Pay something on that student loan while it's not occurring interest, and all of what you're paying is going into your principal, because they stop the interest. They're not going to take your money. So if you haven't filed, go ahead and file those years that you haven't filed and get your refund. So you know how we do. I'm not going to file student loan. I'm going to take my money. Or now if you owe child support, that's a different thing. They still going to take your money. But if the student loans, go ahead on and try to pay something out on it.
And what we're seeing right now, and we don't know if the package is going to get passed. They're saying that they're going to take $10,000 off each person's balance from student loans. We don't know if it's going to be more. Some people may be totally forgiven, depends on what career they're in, because I think they're saying that like people who are in the education field, the medical field, perhaps will get all of their student loans forgiven. So we're just still waiting to see what comes out in that package for that Biden and Harris are trying to push through now.
Praying on it.
Yeah.
The most important question anybody watching this video want to know: when am I going to get my money this year? Is this going to take a while? Is it,
They're saying the first week in March. For people with the EIC credits, the Earned Income credits, and the Child Tax credits, and the American Opportunity credits, the first week in March is when they're going to start releasing.
Later than ever.
Exactly. And we were already thinking last year was late.
Yeah.
So this year.
But people who are like e-file only, these are people who usually don't have a dependent or whatever. They're just going to file and try to get their money. Theirs could come as early as the 21st. Within the first 10 to 14 days after the filing date, which is February 12th. So they could get theirs as early as like the 22nd, between the 22nd and the 27th. And those are people who don't have any of the extra credits on there. No EIC, no child tax credit, no dependent care credit, no education credit. So those people could be the first ones to get their refunds.
Okay. And ladies, you all have some exciting news to share to the people this year?
Yes.
We're opening up 2 new locations in 2022.
Yes.
Praise God. Yes.
God is good. We're going to expand. Tiffany is going to take the Dallas, Texas.
I will be opening our Dallas, Texas location next year.
Yes, and we're gonna also open a Anniston, Alabama location. So all you people out in Anniston, and I know there's some people out in Texas that is watching, come see us. The Queens of Royalty Tax next year. We're gonna upload the information on our website, so that you'll know where the locations are. They should be uploaded by midsummer, you'll know, and you'll get the phone numbers, and you just come and see us. And even if you just want to stop by and see what the office look like, just stop by, because we know when you come in, you ain't gonna leave out angry. You're gonna leave out happy with cash in hand, money in hand.
And we're always gonna have our Birmingham location always.
Exactly. This is our headquarters right here. So if anything else that's 1270 Center Point Parkway, Suite C, right in the State Farm building, running Rivera State Farm building next to Exotic Wings.
Okay. And that phone number and website real quick.
Phone number is area code 205-538-3094.
And the website is royaltytaxllc.com.
Okay. I guess we talked about a lot. Any final thoughts you all want to leave with people before we start this wonderful tax season?
Well, I just want to say, it's been a hard year for everybody, for all of us. A lot of us have been affected personally by the pandemic. A lot of people have lost family members. A lot of people have been sick. COVID has come to a lot of our front doors and in our homes. I just want to remind everybody to stay safe, stay vigilant, because not only do we have COVID that we're battling, we have other things.
Yeah.
This has been a different election year than we've ever seen. I know I've ever seen in my 35 years. I mean, I know that it's out there, but for it to be so right there in your face, it was very different. So just be vigilant and learn how to love each other. Because I'm telling you, you be here today, gone tomorrow. And that's really an understatement with what we have going on right now.
Yeah.
It's a true understatement.
And across the board, we are seeing that these tax returns are higher than normal because they are pulling the EIC from 2019. If last year your income was less in 2020, save. As you are seeing, life is unpredictable. Please don't go out and squander your money. I mean, we can't tell you what to do, but just be mindful that anything can happen. You don't know, you're gonna have to wait a whole nother year before you get an overflow like this. Just be mindful, put away, invest wisely. Apple can wait, Walmart can wait, Jordans can wait,
Apple, Walmart, Jordans, buy stock.
Yeah.
Instead of going to patronize them, buy a piece of stock. Just leave something. Invest.
Exactly.
This is the perfect time to invest and save your money. Yes.
And start new businesses.
Yeah. And if you don't know where to start, go to your tax, like I said, go to your tax professional, talk to them. Most of them, they know where to start. They know how to get you started. If you come to us, we definitely can tell you. We know how to get you started with a new business. We can tell you how to get started if you want to invest, if you want to buy stock or bonds or whatever you want to do. We can get, and if it's something that we don't know, we have enough people around us to help you with those things.
And another thing I want to add too, that especially for the business owners, and you all can back me up if this is correct or not for the close. Make sure they write off all this PPE equipment and stuff like the mask and the hand sanitizer. Make sure everybody write that off because that was an expense for the business.
Exactly. And it's a necessary expense in this day and time.
Essential.
Exactly. So
save
those receipts.
Yeah, save those receipts and get some, like you said, take a picture of some. Make sure if you don't even got the receipt, at least take a picture so you got, written record of it. Ladies, I have definitely enjoyed this discussion this evening. Lively as always. I wish I could be there with you all. We'll be back. I have to make fly.
You enjoy San Francisco.
Yes. And also, you all are gonna be all virtual this year, right? All your clients virtual.
We have the option. If you want to be all virtual, you can. We have the office set up. It's safe, or you can come in and do a return. But we're asking our clients, if you're watching us, please limit it to one time coming into the office. You know, that's for the safety of everybody. Think about your own kids and your family at home. Just for the safety, limit it to one time. Make sure you have everything together when you come in. And if not, again, we have the virtual option. Go to our website. If you don't want to do that, just give us a call and we'll tell you the other ways to go. But yes.
Okay, well,
And it's mainly by appointment.
It is. We're not accepting walk-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tiffany, Waukesha.
Thank you.
Good to
Thank
see
you,
you all.
Jarvis.
You all
Good to see you as always.
May have to bring them back again, you know, get their reaction to post tax season, because they're gonna be very busy. So
Yes,
thank
we
you
are.
all for coming on today. Welcome, come back in the future. Thank you all for watching this video. Please check out what'shappenedbirmingham.com for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all again and have a great day. Bye-bye. And let's get ready for tax season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.